Hey folks, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm taking a look at an interesting clip of the Warning meeting with two Australian musicians who used to be in a group called PNAU. I'm only guessing on the pronunciation, but it's PNAU. Could also be now, I suppose, but I'm going to go with PNAU for now until, just if nothing else for the amusement of it, if I'm completely wrong. But the two are Nick Littlemore and Peter Myers. Now, this group attracted the attention of Elton John, and they ended up doing a lot of projects with Elton John's involvement. So they are a close connection with Sir Elton. They are a critically acclaimed electronic music group, really. I guess there was a dance component as well. These are just the things that I'm picking up from reading about them a little bit, because I wanted to learn a little bit about them before looking at this. We're going to be looking at a clip that's about 8.5 minutes long, where they're having a meeting. And actually, the person on the camera is most likely Rudy, but this was on the Matt TW YouTube channel. This takes place in 2018, so they're still a pretty young band. They only have one album out at this point. They're still climbing into professionalism, essentially. So I just thought, I wonder what this is about. I wonder what that meeting might have had to do with. So I thought best way to find out is to check it out. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, just know I'm always looking at non-music content that features bands that are touring today. If that interests you, please subscribe so you won't miss anything. All right, let's go ahead and check this out.
It's really fun music to play. It's not like super complex, but it's just like
super groovy.
And then you all would sing together, not all the time, but like there's a kind of chant element. And I noticed in some of your videos you were saying like ay ay ay, or like there were like little things that you would say like in between you're talking or singing or whatever.
Okay.
And I thought maybe there's a whole bunch of different sounds and like hooks and things we could come up with that maybe the things you say anyway, or the part of maybe your vernacular from like growing up, or
Okay, cool,
so
yeah.
we place all these sort of little moments like hooks and things, and there could be little melodies that you play on that then we turn into a vocal melody, whatever.
Okay, so here's my guess, just from the first 39 seconds of watching this and having the camera person come into the room. It appears to be their very own studio. They've got all those vintage keyboards there, and of course you only really need one MIDI controller these days, but it's nice to have the old gear. There are other things that suggest that they are doing primarily electronic music production. That can, of course, include acoustic instruments, like we saw an actual snare drum sitting there, and a cymbal and whatnot. So it would seem to me that they are interviewing for the position of producing the next Warning album. So they're just kind of meeting up with them to see what they've got, what they have to offer. So that's my guess at this point. Let's keep going.
Maybe we'll just start.
Okay.
Yeah, do you want me to tune the bass? Thank you.
And of course, Danny and Ellie come armed. And perhaps the drum is for Pow. What do you know?
Is there many bands around where you are in Monterrey? Is it like much of a scene?
Yeah,
It's
there are
a
a lot
very
of local
musical
bands, yes. I don't know why, but Monterey is like filled with bands, especially
That's
rock
pretty-
bands. Yeah.
Right, so it's a real rock scene.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's super cool.
Pretty much there.
And you guys regularly play in Monterrey?
Yes, I guess
yes,
we
no.
just played like last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. But we do usually play in Monterey sometimes. I guess.
Yeah, most of what our problem is for playing is that most of the venues are bars. And they have like,
Shit
yeah.
sound systems. Oh, sorry.
Well,
Besides that.
being young.
Yeah, but they're like, oh, you're underage.
Yeah.
Well, you're not underage in
Well, I'm
in
not
Mexico.
having in Mexico.
Oh yeah, here's right.
Yeah.
So they're playing the Whiskey on Thursday.
Oh, wow.
So, which is
First
amazing.
time?
First time, yeah.
Yeah, pretty excited.
So that's really cool. Yeah.
Great.
So we can tell, well, first of all, yes, that does sound like Rudy. Correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe it's Matt. I'm not sure what Matt sounds like, or if he just gets Rudy clips sent to him, or if he is Rudy under a different name. I have no idea. But anyway, that's who it sounds like. And when you see these change.org arrows, that was for a petition that was circulating for them to do an opening tour with Def Leppard. So they had opened for Def Leppard the previous year, I think early October. But this is a few months after that, just a few months, especially if they're talking about the whiskey in 2018. This must be January. This clip itself actually went up on January 30th. And it was the pay-to-play. It was their first time there. They did a half hour. We've seen that, and it was really quite cool. And reports are they blew everybody else off the stage. That was January 25. So this must be the week before that. Yeah, towards mid-late January. Okay. So let us continue with this information.
Hey, it's in our neighborhood.
Yeah, it's also going to be a good experience.
Let's hope so. I'm really nervous, actually.
Well, it's really the first time that you guys are going to do like a show where you're kind of in and out. You have 15 minutes to load in, set up,
Oh, yeah.
line check. You have 30-minute
No sign.
set list.
No,
I'm going to fight for it tomorrow. They've been pretty nice with all the negotiations and stuff. But because you guys are pretty hands-on with all your sound check, and especially you with your kit, and
Are we gonna get my kit, or are we gonna get like?
we don't know. So that's I'm gonna touch
I mean, I
base with
can't
them.
play.
Time consuming, isn't it?
Yeah, the drums.
Yeah.
I can play with a small
in
set.
that one as well. I'll just give it a quick.
Yeah.
I'm sure Pal can play on anything.
I love that guitar. It's super comfortable.
Yeah,
Like,
people really
yeah.
gravitate towards this guitar.
Wow, look at all that gear. Look at those axes up there. So it would seem to me that they are in Los Angeles, and these guys have a studio in LA. That would be my guess.
It took me like no time to get used to it. Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it's kind of 3/4 scale, so it's really easy to just to get into.
So when did you start playing guitar?
Guitar, I think I've been playing since I was 8 years old.
Wow.
It's a lot of
Oh
time.
my god, almost 10 years.
Yeah, that's not very long for you.
Yeah.
And mum and dad play instruments as well?
No, they're
Really?
not
They just
musicians.
like
My-
music.
My mom's a dentist. and
Silvertone?
My dad is
It's
a
a-
civil engineer. I think.
Wow.
I don't know.
And your grandparents now want music?
Well, my
So
dad
he's just
also-
learned how to tune
Wow.
the tom-tom.
It is a silver tone.
Whose dad is that?
I believe that's a Sears guitar.
Yeah, we're sisters. So
Your old sisters. Okay.
Yeah.
So he just learned how to tune a tom-tom by being a civil engineer. Okay, actually.
And yes, it's considered a vintage guitar. Some of them are anyway.
How long have you been in this space? This is really cool.
I think 5 years.
Yeah.
Did you bring any sticks?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so
Where are they? Here.
Pal always comes with sticks.
It's another one.
Good to know. Right.
Oh.
Look at the blue hair.
Is the whiskey?
Oh, I didn't bring it.
no, because we're actually there's like the main band is called the Dio Disciples, which is like a Dio cover band.
Okay.
So we're 2 bands before them. So we get to play at 8:45.
That explains the banner behind them at that gig. There's a big banner saying Dio.
No. We're just kind of here to do networking at NAMM. We're meeting with producer tomorrow. It's a Grammy-winning producer. That's Benny Facone. And then
Did he say Jennifer Cohn? I don't know the name, but I'm just trying to get it so I can look it up later. Interesting. So that's exactly what they're doing. They're interviewing producers. They're scouting around, see who's out there who can help them out, who might have something to benefit the band. There could be a nice mutual work collaboration. So okay, very good.
an artist friend of ours also to see possible collaborations.
Yes, Angie.
Angie, say hello to Angie if she's watching.
Hi.
Wait, it's live.
It's like,
Wow.
and just kind of get our feet wet, here, and try to, move on from there. Yeah, because it's a really clean project. They own their brand and their music and everything. So
Yeah, there's a lot of activity online. There's some amazingly good will about you guys. It's exciting to be working with you.
Thank you. Really excited.
Yeah.
yeah, and the cool thing is that they got this big bounce off of covering Metallica, and then
That was the thing that.
so that's what catapulted them, and then so they got worldwide attention, and that took them to the Ellen Show, and then there's a lot of buzz there. But then going from that to playing covers and being like these cute little girls that play covers to actually, you know, getting the work done and doing an album was like a thing where
Covers on here.
no, that's all their music.
Really? And you wrote everything?
They write and compose everything.
That's
Yeah.
amazing. How cool. And is that, how do the songs come? They come
Hey, treat that carefully now, buddy.
So you get them out, or do you piece them together?
It kind of depends on the song.
Yeah.
Some songs they're just like really quick, like, oh my god, we got it. Lyrics, song,
And do they come when you're playing guitar, or they just come?
We start them on the piano.
Most of them sound.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I usually start them once I get like the ideas.
And does it come
But
from a voice?
I usually start on the piano, start playing melodies on the piano, and
Interesting.
then I
Okay.
start singing
Yeah.
the melodies and start singing some lyrics. But I usually can't finish them. So I get to like the chorus and I have this idea, and then we sit together and finish the song. And when it's all done on the piano, well, most of the times, then we go to our basement, grab our instruments, and start playing something to see.
Interesting. And then sort of
Bang it out.
work out where it is. Other than that abstract idea.
That's right. Hammer it out, I should say.
The songs, they
So that thing behind Danny, you see with the green screen and kind of the archaic looking keyboard, if I'm not mistaken, hold on, I think that is the machine that Peter Gabriel and Kate Bush use. I think it's the synclavier, but I'm just checking that. Hold on. Yeah, that may very well be some type of synclavier model, which was kind of an early digital keyboard slash sampler. So, of course, this being 2018, it's pretty amazing that they have one of those things sitting there, and it looks like it's operational. If anybody knows what that is for sure, and it's not a synclavier, or if it is, please give your input down below. I'd be curious to hear from you.
Interesting. Okay.
So, and that's usually
the harder way.
Because you have like this really good idea in the music, and then when you start putting melodies on, they start
Doesn't
being
sound
really
as
like
good.
complex, and it starts like
Okay, the flash a bit.
hashing. Yeah.
So
So
it's like, it's too much.
Well, I think there's that kind of push and pull as well. Like if you have complex music, then you can have a really simple vocal, or vice versa. A lot of what we want to do is super groovy. We've got like sort of bass lines, but not really, and then so you would embellish that, take further. Do you also write from scratch? Like bass lines and kind of come together with things like that?
Not that much,
Okay.
but like
we usually
Yeah.
do them together.
Yeah.
so.
But
We usually
together, the drums,
How
the guitars,
wonderful.
and
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
sometimes it's wonderful, sometimes
Well, I
it's not.
have two brothers, so I know the dynamic. It can be.
Yeah, it's
It can be more powerful than any friendship, but it can also be worse.
Sometimes it's
In
really
moments,
fun.
in little moments.
We each have our opinions, so it's like, I want to do this. I'm like, no, the other way.
But it usually ends up like very.
Yeah, we end
We
up
work
working
well
together. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you've come this far.
Okay, well, that was very interesting. It was unusual in terms of content that I've shown on this channel. I don't ever think that I've seen something like an actual producer sit down and kind of interview and sorting out and, you know, feeling each other out a little bit, see if it's going to work, working together. So again, I'm not sure exactly what that was, but it did appear to be something very similar to what Peter Gabriel had set up for his So album. You know, the synclavier. Or maybe it was a Fairlight. You know what it may have been is a Fairlight. That's another possibility. These are just guesses, just based on what I saw there. It certainly looked like something from the 80s since it had the black background and the green text on top. That's kind of a hallmark of the 80s. It means that they've got a lot of different sounds to draw from a variety of different sources. You know, not just digital, but actual keyboards all over the place there, as well as the guitars and other axes. That was fun to see. And you notice they were all crammed into that room, and that was probably the primary room. I mean, maybe they had a place to put a drummer or a singer or something that was outside the room, or maybe not. Maybe it all happened right there. You know, space is expensive in LA, so who knows? Nonetheless, that would have been interesting if they had ended up working together with PNAU, or the name is commonly accentuated to simulate the sound of a gunshot. Okay. Nick Littlemore explained the name was the result of an instance where he was speaking in tongues. After shouting gibberish for half an hour, Littlemore decided PNAU would be an appropriate band name. Another theory on the pronunciation, according to one interview with the pair, is PNAU. Rhymes with meow. Are any of you a fan of PNAU or PNAU or PNAU? Or if you're a fan, let me know. If you've heard the projects that they worked on with Elton John, let me know what you thought of those as well. That's really intriguing to me. I don't know much about the projects that Elton John did outside of his own discography, other than things like the album he did with Leon Russell, The Union, in 2010. For the most part, I've stuck with his strict discography. So, for example, I don't even have the Lion King soundtrack. So if you are familiar with the work of these guys, let me know, and let me know what you think. Let me know what you think a collaboration between them and The Warning would have sounded like, if it would have been successful. I mean, it's got The Warning, so very likely it would have been successful, but would it have been the best choice? So yeah, anything you can tell me about this particular, this duo now, or PNAU in general, or their work with Elton John, please leave that below, and your thoughts having to do with a collaboration that could have happened between them and The Warning. I'm just curious, And if you have other suggestions for me, please leave those below. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. And if you enjoyed the presentation, please subscribe. All right, thanks so much for joining me on this. I will catch you on the next one. All right, take care, folks.